Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Tonight, I'm going to be teaching you how to properly set the dinner table, as well as some basic table etiquette. As you can tell, the table has already been set. Now, in order to properly teach you how to set the dinner table, we're going to clear the table and start fresh. One by one, I will show you where each utensil, where each plate, where each glass properly goes. So if you'll give me just one moment to clear the table. We will then begin. Alright. So let's start by properly folding our napkin. Now, the first thing you'll want to do is spread the napkin completely flat out on the table. That way you can give it a fresh, proper fold. What we're going to want to do is grab the two bottom corners, and then we're going to fold those into the center of the napkin. And as we're folding, we're going to want to press out all of the creases and the wrinkles. That way it looks presentable. Now, let's grab the top two corners and fold that into the center evenly with the previous fold. And again, press out all the wrinkles. Grab the bottom two corners again and fold that over. Equally with the other side. To a perfect rectangle. Next, we're going to fold the sides over from one side to the other. And there it is. Now let's just place this to the side, just for now. All right. Let us start with the service plate or the charger plate. And that is going to go right in front of you. This will serve as your main plate. And now we're going to take the napkin and place it in the center of the service plate. Like so. Next, we're going to place our bread plate. Which is the smaller plate. And that is going to go in the top left corner of the dinner table. And if you decide you're having soup with your dinner, we even have a spot for your soup bowl. And that will go in the left bottom corner of the dinner table, like so. Now we have all of our dinner plates and bowls properly placed. Let's move on to our glassware. Let's start off with our glass for water. That we're going to place right about here. Next, we have our wine glass. And that will go right next to the water glass. Like so. And let's say we're in the mood for a cup of coffee. That will go right next to the wine glass. Now let's place our utensils. Okay. Now, right here in this space is where we're going to place our dessert spoon and our dessert fork. Just like so. And moving from left to right, the rest of our utensils in this space, we will have our salad fork and our dinner fork. Our salad fork will be the smaller of the two forks. And the larger dinner fork. Over here, we will have our meat knife, our dinner knife, and our soup spoon. Here is our meat knife. Our dinner knife. And our soup spoon. And the last utensil, the butter knife or bread knife. And we're going to replace it just like so. Now, speaking of utensil placement, let's go over the proper ways to display your utensils. All right. Normally, we would remove the napkin from the dinner plate. But due to certain circumstances, we're just going to allow it to lay here on the plate. With that said, let's begin. So, this placement would be the start placement. You have your utensils at the side, and you're ready to begin. Now, let's say you're taking a break from eating. What you're going to do is you're going to take your dinner fork and place it like so. Then take your dinner knife and you're going to place it like this. that means you're taking a break from your meal. Also, there's a placement called pause, which is similar to this placement, but it's more like this. The fork and the knife are equal at the top. The perfect triangle. Let's say that you're finished with this meal. You're going to take your knife and your fork and place them parallel, like that. That means you're finished eating. Now, let's say you're ready for the next dish. Well, you're going to take your dinner knife and place it like so, and your dinner fork just like that, making a cross. This means you're ready for the next dish. Now, let's reset. And we're going to move on to compliments to the service. Let's say your meal was excellent. A really, really good dish. Then you're going to leave your fork like this, and your dinner knife like this. That means your meal was excellent. But what if your meal was bad? Well, then we're going to take our fork and our knife and cross them over at the top, like so. Fork on the bottom, knife on the top, making a triangle. Let's say you want to compliment the service staff. And let's say it was bad service. It's similar to the bad food. But we're going to take our fork and our knife putting the utensils away from you, or upside down from the placement of the bad meal. This means it was bad service. Now I'm going to reset the utensils. I'm going to switch the camera around and I will show you some basic table manners and how to properly use your utensils. Alright, now that we've properly set the dinner table, we are now ready to receive our meal. As you can see by the dish in front of me, here is our main meal. Followed by our salad and our Italian wedding soup. Here we have our water, our cup of coffee, and we're about to pour the wine. Here we have ourselves a nice, delicious red table wine. This is a plump wine with notes of strawberry, black cherry, and spice. Let's open the bottle and pour our wine. It's ready. There we are. With wine, you never want to fill the glass. Only fill it about halfway. And now we are ready to eat. But first, there are a few table manners one needs to practice. One, never place your arms or your elbows on the table. Two, when chewing your food, always eat with your mouth closed. The table itself, what you see here are the only things that should be on the table. No trinkets, gadgets, bibs and bobs, nothing like that. Just what you see. Now, when beginning to eat your meal, we're going to start with the salad, then make our way to the soup, and then the main course. After the main course, you will then have dessert. With that said, let us switch plate placement. Then, we're going to start off with a sip of water to wet the palate. Here we have our salad. Let's take a sip of water first. Now, with our salad fork, you're going to want to hold your fork like so. Not like this, or this, or this, but like so. Proper etiquette. Like that. Let's say we are now finished with our salad. What you're going to want to do to wipe your mouth is usually there is a bowl of water that you will dip your 3 fingers in. Wet your lips and then wipe. Let's move on to the soup. And since we're changing dishes, don't forget your utensil placement when finishing a dish. Now, here we have our soup. A fairly simple dish to eat. We grab our soup spoon. We properly hold it. Give the dish a stir, but never play with your food. Don't make too much of a fuss about stirring or cutting your food. Give it a good cut and a quick, swift stir, and be done with it. Like so. Let's move on to the main dish. Let's take a sip of either our water or our coffee. Let's try the coffee. Very good. Now, properly cutting your meat. We're going to take our dinner fork. As well as our meat knife. We're going to properly hold each one. And we're going to cut. Like so. If you want a smaller piece, then cut it. Now, your vegetables. Here we have beans. They're already pre-cut. So, like so. One at a time will suffice. It's also more elegant that way, instead of a whole bunch. Same goes with the mashed potatoes. Get a nice serving on the fork. You don't want to get a big heap like that. That's not very proper. And again, don't forget your proper utensil placement when finishing your dish. Now, let's enjoy a glass of wine. So, there's a certain way you're going to want to hold the glass. You don't want to hold it like this. Like this. You're going to want to hold it like this. And before taking a sip, you're going to want to swirl it around and smell the aroma, taking in all the notes that the wine has to offer. And now, you may take a sip of the wine. Amazing. When taking a sip of the wine, be sure to move it around in your mouth, coating the inside of your mouth with the flavor and the notes of the wine. It's the best way to enjoy a fine glass of wine after a dinner. Now, for our final dish, our dessert. Here we have our dessert, a caramel cupcake. Now, we're not going to just pick it up like so. And no, we're going to utilize our utensils in order to cut the cupcake. Like so. Now, let's finish up with a sip of delicious coffee after dessert. And there we go. I hope you enjoyed this training video. hope that you will utilize the lessons today in your own home. Thank you so much for watching. And join me next time for a brand new training video.